In the 1990s, casino designers discovered something remarkable. If they removed all the clocks from a casino and all the windows, gamblers stayed 20% longer. Not because they forgot the time. Because the designers removed every cue that reminded them the outside world existed. In 2026, you carry a casino in your pocket. And it is not the gambling app. It is your bank. The financial services industry has spent, conservatively, $37 billion studying how to use behavioral psychology to influence your financial decisions. That number comes from aggregated industry research spending reports across major U.S. banks and credit card companies. They know more about your spending psychology than you do. Today I am going to show you exactly what they know. And exactly how to use it against them. Look at any credit card statement. In the bottom right corner, a minimum payment. Let's say $84 on a $4,200 balance. That number exists for one reason. Behavioral research consistently shows that when you show people a minimum, they anchor to it. They don't pay off the balance. They don't pay what they can afford. They pay the minimum. Or slightly above it. At 24% APR, the current average credit card rate paying minimums on $4,200 takes 17 years. You pay $5,800 in interest. The bank didn't accidentally put that number there. They studied what number would maximize revenue from interest while still feeling affordable. The defense: ignore the minimum payment line. Always. Pay the full balance if possible. If not, pay a fixed, self-determined amount that actually reduces the principal. In 2017, a former Google design ethicist named Tristan Harris testified to Congress about persuasive technology. He said the variable reward, you never know exactly what you'll find when you open an app, is the core psychological hook of every addictive digital product. Variable reward is also in your bank app. The balance changes. A new transaction appears. A cashback reward notification fires. A new offer badge appears. Every one of those is a design trigger to get you opening the app. And every time you open the app, you are exposed to offers, upsells, and spending opportunities. The average person checks their bank app 12 times per day. Most of those checks are not purposeful financial management. They are compulsive reward-checking behavior. The defense: check your accounts intentionally. Set a specific time, Sunday evening, 20 minutes. Turn off all push notifications from bank and spending apps. You will lose nothing and gain significant mental clarity. Here is a question. You receive a $2,000 tax refund. Simultaneously, you have $2,000 in credit card debt at 24% interest. What do most people do with the refund? Research from behavioral economist Richard Thaler, who won the Nobel Prize for this work, shows most people spend the refund. They treat it as bonus money while the debt sits there costing 24% per year. This is called mental accounting. The human brain creates separate psychological accounts for different sources of money. Tax refund money feels different from paycheck money. Casino winnings feel different from salary. An inheritance feels different from savings. In reality, money is fungible. $1 of tax refund is identical to $1 of salary is identical to $1 of credit card savings. The defense: when money arrives from any source, ask, what is the highest interest debt I have? Put it there first. The tax refund that pays off 24% interest is earning you a guaranteed 24% return. Nothing in the market matches that. In 1974, psychologists Kahneman and Tversky discovered that people's numerical estimates are heavily influenced by arbitrary numbers they encountered immediately before, even when those numbers are completely irrelevant. Banks and retailers have used this for 50 years. When a credit card shows a $15,000 credit limit, that number anchors your sense of what you can afford. When a store marks something as 50% off, the original inflated price anchors your perception of value.
When your bank shows a recommended savings amount, that number shapes your behavior. The defense is awareness. When you see any number in a financial context, ask, who put this number here? What behavior are they trying to drive? What number would I choose if I saw no anchor at all?
Now here is the operating system that makes you immune to most of these.
Defense 1, automation. Move money to savings the moment your paycheck hits.
Money you never see in your checking account cannot be anchored, mentally accounted for differently, or spent on minimum payment thinking.
Defense 2, friction. Adding one step between you and spending is enough to stop impulsive purchases.
Delete stored credit cards from shopping apps. Require 48 hours before any unplanned purchase over $100.
Defense 3, notification silence. Every spending notification is a design trigger. Turn them off. Check your accounts on a schedule you control. Defense 4, fixed rules.
I always pay my full credit card balance removes the minimum payment game entirely.
I always invest first before I can spend removes the mental accounting problem.
Fixed rules require zero willpower because the decision is already made. Beyond the 4 traps we have covered, there are 2 more the industry almost never discusses publicly.
The first is overdraft fee engineering. Banks deliberately process the largest transactions first, not the oldest. Why? Because processing a large transaction first overdrafts your account before smaller transactions hit, converting one overdraft into multiple overdraft fees instead of one. This was the subject of hundreds of class action lawsuits against major banks. Banks paid billions in settlements, and then quietly continued the practice where regulations allowed.
The fix: keep a minimum buffer in your checking account, not for spending, as a structural cushion, and automate a low balance alert at $200.
The second: buy now, pay later. BNPL services like Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm are engineered to convert price anchors into perceived affordability.
A $400 purchase does not feel like $400 when the interface shows you $33.33 per month for 12 months. Research from Stanford's Behavioral Lab shows consumers spend an average of 20% more when BNPL is offered versus paying upfront.
Not because they need to.
Because the interface reframes the cost.
The defense: before any purchase with BNPL, write out the full price.
Only make the decision based on the total cost. If you cannot pay it in full, it is debt at a disguised rate. The behavioral science they used against you works exactly as well when you use it for yourself.
Automation is behavioral engineering. Friction is loss aversion working in your favor. Fixed rules remove decision fatigue from the equation entirely.
Every financial product you interact with was designed by someone who understands your psychology better than you do.
The first step to financial control is not budgeting harder.
It is understanding the system you are inside and choosing where it has no influence over you.
You don't need more discipline. You need a better designed system.
Next video, the exact $500 portfolio I'd build if I was starting from zero today.
That's here. Remove all markers, paste directly. See 11 labs/folder for clean version.